try to blow my mind. I don't care.
All right, peace and black power family. So thank you for joining me yet again on another episode of After the Revolution, where we cover all things revolving around Haiti, Haitian culture, Haitian historical figures, and etc. Today I stand in front of Florida Memorial University. Now I'm pretty sure a lot of people are saying, Brother Hassan, why are you standing in front of Florida Memorial University? What does that have to do with Haiti? What does it have to do with Haitian history? How can you even connect that, brother? Pause for the cause. We going to get to that. First, let's talk a little bit about Florida Memorial University, which is located in Miami-Dade County, okay? The school was first founded in 1879 in Central Florida on one of the oldest plantations in Florida. It is a HBCU, which is a historical black college. Florida Memorial University is one of the oldest academic institutions in the state of Florida. The school during that time period was mostly focused around agriculture because we were moving into the Reconstruction period, being the fact that it was the late 1800s. J.A.L. Fisher was the first president. Despite a promising start, racial tension soon cast a shadow over the institution. In April 1892, after an unknown person fired shots within the school's building, then President Reverend Matthew Gilbert and other staff members fled to Live Oak, Florida in Jacksonville, where they founded the Baptist Academy in the basement of Bethel Baptist Church. They began teaching classes in 1892. So as we can see, Florida Memorial started off on a shaky start. You had white supremacists in northern and central Florida attacking this institution because they did not want Africans to learn this information. You have to understand that they were in competition with these Africans. So at that time period, this school was a real threat to the ideas of racism, white supremacy. We have to understand that most Southerners weren't allowed to go to school. And so fresh out of slavery, you had Africans building their own institutions. Why am I standing here on this Monday in front of Florida Memorial University? What brought me here? How does this connect to Haitian history? What does this have to do with Haitian culture? How is this influential to anything that I talk about on this page? And I'll give you one name. James Weldon Johnson, who was one of the most famous staff members here at this institution. James Weldon Johnson was a leader in the NAACP, an author. Not only that, he actually wrote the song Lift Every Voice and Sing, which is the Negro National Anthem.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty.
How does that connect to Haitian history, you may ask? James Weldon Johnson was born in Jacksonville, Florida in 1871, the son of Helene Dillette, a native Nassau Bahamian, and James Johnson. His maternal great-grandmother, Hester Ergo, had escaped Saint-Domingue, today modern-day Haiti, during the Haitian Revolution. So, as we know, James Weldon Johnson's great-grandmother came from Haiti to Florida. Why was she in Florida? She was in Florida because you had George Biassou, which I talked about on the first episode of this channel. George Biassou was the second in command of the Spanish Army. See, this is real history here. We're not talking no feelings. We're not talking no emotions. The man who wrote the Negro National Anthem, James Weldon Johnson, his great-grandmother was from Haiti. And she moved to Florida, Jacksonville, Florida. Why did she move there? Because you had George Biassou, who was the second in command of the Spanish crown. He made Florida a safe haven for Africans to run to. This is facts. This is not emotion. This is no disrespect. I'm giving you facts. I'm connecting the history. The history a lot of us are scared to connect. The man who wrote the Negro National Anthem, Lift Every Voice and Sing, James Weldon Johnson, his great-grandmother was Haitian. She was from Haiti. Not only that, but James Weldon Johnson is one of the pioneers of the Harlem Renaissance. In 1915, James Weldon Johnson actually went to Haiti and documented the atrocities that were taking place in Haiti against the Haitian people. He began to write about it because, remember, he was a part of the NAACP. Not only was he a founding father of the Harlem Renaissance, he was also in the NAACP, writing about the atrocities that took place in Haiti. What did this do? What did this do? This shed a light on the hypocrisy that America was participating in. How can you talk about liberty and your Constitution and all this, and you're going to Haiti? He made the American government look stupid, so much so that they had to leave after they took $5 million in currency and in gold. They had to leave the island of Haiti with their head between their legs because of the writing of James Weldon Johnson. This is facts. This school is not only a representation of Black American culture and the efforts of Africans after Reconstruction and how we built things, but it also represents a cross-Atlantic experience. A cross-Atlantic experience. We think of our history in national sense. American history is just American history, but that you can be no more wrong. You can be no more incorrect when you think that way. There is no such thing as a national history at that particular time period. You have Africans traveling back and forth from Haiti to Florida, from Florida to Haiti, and vice versa. We've been given this idea that we are not connected. But I say to you again, the African who wrote the song Lift Every Voice and Sing, which is the Negro National Anthem, his great-grandmother was from Haiti. This is a fact. His mother was from the Bahamas. This is a fact. So he would be considered the first notable Haitian and Bahamian person you could think about. This school is a treasure. This school is a treasure. With that being said, hopefully you like the video. If you enjoy it, please hit the subscribe button. Please hit the like button and help share this video and this page, because this is how we grow the message. This is how we get rid of these silly ideologies that further separate us, by growing this information, right? So until next time, family, think Black, stay Black, love Black, support Black, and that's real African Black power.